Hi, Twin Flames. I hope you're all doing well. This Twin Flame Ascension Energies reading in particular, I felt inspired to do after my recent comeuppance, inheriting the divine authority and permission to perform magic, utilizing it wisely and consciously in order to bend the elements all around us as much as we can through the etheric plane, even going so far as acquiring the ability to control our solar system, to reprogram it, or to make it do what we want if the good of all is involved during the process. So, to continue this sort of Percy Jackson adventure that my hero's journey has sort of detoured to towards the very end of my spiritual awakening journey, I've decided to take advantage of the opportunity to control the weather once more by intercepting this Mercury retrograde season, starting on November 25th through December 15th, whose shadow phase we already entered back November 7th, 2 weeks ago, so that we may figure out how it's meant to affect our first wave Twin Flame tribe, while changing things for our benefit along the way if this is necessary, in order to avoid running into any bumps or disturbances unnecessarily, like we typically do during these periods, making this Mercury retrograde our season for the first time in the entire history of our ascension process. I'm actually being confirmed. So let's do it. In order to have the best thorough insight and perspective of what exactly Mercury retrograde even is, on a more practical level, if you're someone like me who knows of it based on spiritual levels more than anything, all from having interactions with it cyclically whenever its period comes up within the ascension process, I went ahead and took to the internet to pull up their description of Mercury retrograde first, while using my spiritual team and guidance to filter out any mistruths that come up surrounding the subject, if they happen to. When inferring with Google, it states that Mercury retrograde is an optical illusion that occurs whenever the planet Mercury appears to be moving backwards in the sky, which is partially true, but to add to that, my guys are actually saying that it occurs whenever our planet Mercury gets encouraged to slow down in a mystical, optical illusory like way, so it may be hijacked and tampered with in ways to make accidents happen that wouldn't, delays to occur that would not, disruptions of all kinds truly, occurring left and right out of the blue, just because the beast system says so, like some form of a sick bully. Well, just like I suspected and discovered several months ago on my own personal continued journey of spiritual awakening to the real truths of the world, the second part of that statement is unfortunately very true, as our friend and loving planet Mercury was hijacked and stolen about 15 years ago, I'm being told, to act and run as some sort of a robot bad luck machine of vengeance, to greatly disturb the peace of Mother Nature and the peace of mind within every living and breathing being upon the planet as an effect, all put into place in secret by the Boule, Illuminati, and Freemasons, formerly operating our entire world. Well, it's a good thing that we have magic and divine authority suddenly as of late, for this makes it so we have the power to completely break the long running curse inflicted upon our innocent planet and erase all damages done to God's innocent children all the same by inflicting the harshest, most ironic judgments upon the dark side upholding this twisted agenda that sends people through all kinds of loops and even gets them killed at times, all for a diluted gain for psychos. So let's go ahead and utilize our divine authority to fulfill all of that right now, before we get into the tarot reading portion of this video. Already a crap ton of last second karmic history that this system and its helpers managed to rack up during the final phase of our planet's fulfillment of the long-standing biblical prophecy we've been playing out majorly for the past 4 centuries, I'm being told. It's felt being completely eradicated from our Earth's and body's experience to where it feels non-existent. It seems the fairy kingdom supporting the whole attack we just made on them has our backs and sees eye to eye with us all the way, judging by how swiftly, harshly, and thoroughly they pass the verdicts their way. When it comes to twin flames, we've actually been capitalizing on Mercury retrograde whenever it comes around, due to having no choice but to do this, from being plugged into the false light ascension matrix, where our consciousness is stationed so that we'll be able to ascend through the matrix grid. Which is my complex way of saying that we twin flames, especially the chosen ones, have been following Mercury Retrograde's guidance since meeting our twin flame and becoming activated to receive downloads from our solar system and work with its planets. All from your explosive love connection making this so, making it so we are therefore one with the planets in this way, and stuck with them until their mentorship with us is finalized. But as I said earlier, Mercury retrograde season is still, or at least has been, very unkind to us twin flames, just as it is to everyone else, but sometimes even more so, due to the fact that we're also being trained and challenged to become twin flame warriors as well, by having a bunch of alchemical friction thrown our way during this time frame, in order to transform us into much stronger versions of ourselves, which I'm going to ask to accumulate right now, so that every single one of us negatively affected by his former unforgiving lessons throughout our ascension process may reap the fruits of all of their hard efforts and labor, and have enough to make the final transformation they need to make before parting ways with this ascension process forever. Good, and congratulations, graduates. Rewards well earned indeed. Now that the former nature of Mercury retrograde has been lifted for this sector of the Twin Flame Starseed Collective, I'm being told that we may now utilize it much more productively and progressively by receiving huge influxes of energy rather than a depletion of energy to fulfill opportunities that want to come your way around this time frame rather than boring, uninspiring tasks, chores, or errands like before. If you want to get the most agitating flare ups around this time of rashes, pimples, body aches, flu symptoms, hemorrhoids, you name it, then this has also come to a complete halt for this graduating ascending star sector of the Twin Flame Collective, which is the hugest, most uplifting milestone we've reached together on this journey, in my opinion, as our bodies are our own and should be at its healthiest, most comfortable state of being as much as possible. Because of the new changes recently made to Mercury's effects on us, I will be performing this reading from this place, rather than reading the cards based on its prior way of functioning for us, which will make it so things are actually much more sped up in all areas this is allowed to, at the moment, in terms of the progression of your union, so that we can actually get somewhere with the loves of our lives for a change, right? So let's do it. When shuffling my deck to find the best card to support this Twin Flame Ascension Energies reading on Mercury being retrograde from the 25th of November to the 15th of December, the Major Arcana of the Justice card was what wanted to be of help to us on this mission today. So here, I'm feeling and seeing the message and depiction of the roles between the Divine Feminine Christ and the Divine Masculine Christ being flipped into a different position, the proper position actually, so that true fairness, balance, equilibrium, wholeness, and therefore peace can start to spread across the union. This is all great to see, and is a major byproduct of the Divine Feminine Christ's recent transit and almost complete stationing and anchoring into the 5D Middle Earth Oasis Paradise promised to all of God's children for striving through all of the trials and tribulations we've needed to strive through to finally be here at this point of total empowerment. So, this peak that the Divine Feminine Christ has reached as of late is the peak we've been waiting for in her ascension, folks. Meaning, this is the big win that wipes away all karmic history bound to Satan, sets the record straight on our God given birthrights from here on out, settling the score between light versus dark and good versus evil as a result. If you feel you need to give yourself or this sector of our tribe a hand clap, a huge pat on your back, or to even go out and celebrate if you can, then please do, for this is how epic this moment we've somehow manifested together from all of our hard work is. I say that our roles have been flipped into much more balance and harmony due to the fact that the Divine Feminine, represented by the at peace woman at the top of the illustration, feels like they're the ones who have been promoted as the leader, way shower, go getter, and breadwinner of the family due to how well she's worked to get herself spiritually fit for all of the humblest purposes, as well as financially fit, likely taking a chance on yourself by starting a business, even if it has yet to fully take off yet, or putting yourself out there in bossed up ways to see to it that your future isn't put on the back burner, to plant seeds of opportunity for future seasons, and to tell yourself that you actually give a damn about yourself. The completion of all of these things has promoted the divine feminine far up above the divine masculine, who's going to have to catch up to the speed of his union, boy or girl in this divine masculine role, if he doesn't want to feel the huge, energetic feedback responses of his great behindness in the imminent future. To help out their process as much as we're allowed, as it is their turn to start picking up this spiritual weight now, I am going to ask Mother Earth this time, whom truly understands them at deep core levels, to wake them up another layer to the areas they've been lagging behind, as well as to the sheer importance of your union in general. For coming from this place of inner love and recognition of your true love could be just the reminder you need at times to snap out of any fit, funk, or slump you're in and get your head in the game from the proper perspective. I am also feeling a huge transfer of power and birthrights that your twin has neglected or forsaken, being transferred right the divine feminine's way to be put to much better use, since both your energy bodies and fields, and energetic supply in general, come in a sort of package to be used in the healthiest, most responsible ways, as if it's your powers, because it truly is. This power and birthrights do feel masculine in its nature, due to it literally coming straight from your twin's bank account, if you will. After failing to bulk up in time, take responsibility for the things they need to take responsibility for, or putting you first in the right way, all with the divine masculine energy they come with to do all of these things. This would disqualify any lazy person or procrastinator easily for sure. The divine masculine is now at the bottom in order to be forced to do the spiritual work they've been needing to do that we've already done. And I'm feeling a sort of pass off, kick off, or passing by each other occurring right now as I speak, where we in the divine masculine are sort of kicking off of each other in outer space. So we may go our separate ways temporarily, taking all of the lessons and experiences we've acquired in the Age of Pisces timeline with us to apply it in all areas that count. I think the essence and drawing of the illustration says it all itself, that the divine feminine has slayed the beast, and everything that dared try her patience all throughout her lifetime, history somehow included. And here we have yet another major arcana card, which I'm being told is here to place great emphasis on the importance of the divine masculine getting up to the level he's meant to be, and I'm feeling he very soon will be, in fact, which is very relieving to see, and this card is the Judgment card. Here, I am feeling the most beautiful sunrise sensation, glowing within the spirit version of the young woman just beneath it, coming along with fresh, new dawn winds flowing through the dress she wears and within her body, which is even coming with such a domestic, Middle Earth yodeling yawn I'm hearing and feeling it as, all to represent both the rise of the divine feminine Christ and the whole new world rising as well that she's worked to pull here right through her very own body as a real life representation of Mother Earth over the past several years. The sounds and sensations of roosters calling is also felt emanating back from the card as well, here to signify and bring homage to the great new dawn opening and bursting throughout her vessel, as the same occurs on the earth on the outside of her. Of course, this is here to mark our clan's successful recent, yet still continuous ascent out of the old paradigm, old Fae, Age of Pisces timeline, and smack into the new Earth, Golden Age of Aquarius paradise timeline, aka the Promised Land or Heaven on Earth, etc., that we've been traveling together towards, gradually, in our etheric starship as a tribe, a sisterhood, and a brotherhood to escape eternal damnation and attain eternal heavenly bliss and grace instead. Of course, this destiny and soul call is so strong that we would strive to get here to this ultimate destination, even without a beloved twin flame or counterpart to fight for, or take along the way, as this is the bottom line, baseline, ground based importance of the miraculous world that we're truly already from. We've yearned for so long without even fully understanding what it is we're yearning for. Trumping the yearning stage of the twin flame ascension journey by far any day. Just like the messages the Justice card was just saying, in regards to the divine feminine Christ polarity of the union, this is a card of sheer and utter victory for her over all oppressors, all forms of oppressing, but honestly even over her twin flame and all of their bullshit, causing all kinds of oppression over you beneath the surface, and even over the surface, from all of their neglect, which I'm going to intend you can feel right now, if you've been unaware somehow, so you may know exactly what you need to do to reclaim power over the distorted aspect of them, which is the devil beast system that they're tethered to, and begin taking steps to climb aboard, switch currents, and cruise with the winning ship that's kicking the distorted divine masculine to the curb right now through this rare portal of opportunity. It actually looks and feels like the girl's spirit is actually mobile and in the process of rising above the distorted divine masculine Christ, with her arms outstretched to the heavens in a screaming Shekinah tone, vibration, and frequency, shooting from her upper body, upper chakras, but honestly, even from within her armpits and armpit chakras, which is again to call in and welcome both heaven and earth into our bodies and to the very planet we reside, but as well as to call in and welcome the 5D Middle Earth paradise, a whole new heaven on earth intermixed with the original, and shout great homage to the primordial woman spirit that had to take on and carry the burdens of man since the beginning of time all the way up to now. So please raise your arms up to the air truly if you feel guided to, and let out the biggest yodeling cry, yawn, and shout, yes, male or female, that you've ever given or never even dreamt of ever giving in your entire life for the stage we've now reached within our own very planet and universe's history, people. For we have finally struck sand, kissed land, and made it to our promised destination while mustering all of the inner strength, wisdom, and courage to get here. If you're a male on the distorted side of life and you're feeling left out, I'm sure there's some part of female history that you can give homage to that you've carried with you throughout your many lifetimes, allowing you to be able to participate in this momentous occasion in one way or another, as you are made of feminine energy just the same, and had to have contributed to her great rise in some fashion. Now you can likely see that this is where all your money is at, where all your pride is at, and where all of your time and attention is at. And that once you pay attention to the feminine essence, just a few good seconds, truly giving her a chance, it's like you were somehow included in everything. So don't let another second go again, where you're taking her and everything that comes with her for granted ever again. The screeching Shekinah yawn is also stemming from the great release of burdens. The divine feminine Christ is now suddenly able to drop all onto the table that she's been carrying to heal Mother Earth, her family bloodline, as well as the entire whole dang universe as a twin flame starseed warrior. Which again plays into the karma that every single good hearted woman, goddess, spirit, or deity has had to carry since the beginning of time, basically, when this original sin and lie placed upon her that she is less than man was inflicted. Which means that you've been working it through the matrix grid since the time of your initial awakening, and even more heavily since the witch age began back in 2018-ish, since these are the time frames when you either initially began using your consciousness to make things shift into 5D through the quantum field, and when your consciousness began to work on overdrive when reaching the final leg of this long, turbulent, twisty-turny ascension process of unexpected, unpredictable events, working diligently to get yourself ascended to 5D from feeling there's nothing left for you in the old world any longer. This means that you must be exhausted from all you've had to take on alone throughout not just this lifetime, but prior lifetimes as well, that was preparing you for this ultimate win where everything just gets better and easier from here. Luckily, this brand new space and atmosphere of fresh, free energy that will be fully entering, although you can potentially already feel the breeze of the new timeline brushing against you. Within the next 6 short days, I'm being told specifically, will be just the rehabilitation chamber, elixir, spa, and vacation you need to make the rest all go away. But to get a head start on this right now, I'm going to ask the spirits overseeing this reading now to bring us the rejuvenation we uniquely need on an individual basis to see to it that we start receiving relief like the princess and prince angelics we naturally are, sooner rather than later. Hopefully, this can give you the jump you need to begin honoring, admiring, and putting into practice the royal aspects of yourself, what it means to be a royal twin flame, and what it means to be a royal chosen twin flame starseed warrior. The last thing Spirit and I would like to say is to practice letting your twin flame go if they are the divine masculine polarity of the union, lagging behind, and to also do the same for your divine feminine counterpart if you are the divine masculine watching this, while making the firm decision of taking responsibility for your personal growth in addition, which you have received some help for throughout this reading. We are rooting for you still, of course, and you are not alone, even if it may seem like it for now. You are a winner too, simply because this is how you were born and how your heart was constructed to always fight and strive towards what matters, even if it was a bit off kilter to begin with, before getting readjusted back to center. So go for it, with us as your cheerleader, still no matter what, for we were born in this together and will leave here together as one whole family as well. This letting go process will be just the thing that affords you all the space you both need to set into the real world, get into your own groove again, as well as earn you some points in the etheric realm that you can receive later on to boost your life up in any way that you need at the time. So let's promise to make it into a fun adventure of exploration, learning, and growing while we're separate in order to make it less of a sad, pathetic, uninspiring, depressing experience, okay? I think we can say deal on that one. To wrap it up, I'm going to ask now that nothing but good luck comes your way throughout this entire Mercury retrograde season in order to counteract the former bad luck spells we had to undergo, to bring much more joy and light to our lives, and to make things much less serious, tense, uptight, or constricted than it usually is. And that concludes this Twin Flame Ascension Energies tarot reading regarding Mercury retrograde period from November 25th to December 15th and the effects it is due to have on the First Wave Twin Flame Collective. I hope that you all have the most wonderful Mercury retrograde season thus far. Thank you so much for your participation. I hope that you received all of the help, insight, and upgrades you needed throughout. Subscribe if you feel you receive a lot from these videos of mine. Comment down below if you have any questions or would love to chat about what you've gathered here today. Donate to my PayPal if you feel you'd love to commune and say thanks. And I'll be back here with more enlightening videos for the Twin Flame Starseed 144 Collective in the near future. Bye for now.